What's up, everybody? I was told to try out some YouTube stuff for like chaos and whatnot, so I'm trying to get the hang of it, and we'll see how that goes. It's such like an awkward thing to do. But gonna be switching out the tires on the Z. Gonna be test fitting. I have a drift event coming up this Saturday at Corpus Drift. Pretty much the car's prepped for it. It's just getting it there and test fitting these wheels, making sure everything's all right and there's no rubbing, whatnot. So let's get to it. So here are the wheels, just some Rep 33 wheels. Charles at VPF hooked it up with some Kenda KR20s. So he said these should be pretty good, pretty grippy, will spin. So let's see how they look on the Z. So I ran into my first problem. Took the lug nuts off, got the wheel on, one wheel on, and lug nuts don't fit in the little holes right there. So I got to figure out what to do next, because this isn't ideal, but this is why you test fit, make sure everything kind of goes as planned. And I'm doing it a week prior to the drift event, so I have time to order stuff and whatnot. So yeah, so right here is, these are the OEM lug nuts, and right here, this little lip on these will not let me put it into the actual studs itself. But other than that, it honestly, these wheels don't look too, I mean, they look ugly. They're 33 reps, but it doesn't look too bad on the car. So that fitment's gonna be a little funky, so that'll be fun. Yeah, that honestly looks so weird without 19s, but I mean, you win some, you lose some. I kind of put the wheel on there a little bit more, and this is what we're looking at. So I got the Z back on the ground. Very unfortunate, but it's just something that you kind of figure out. So I figured I might as well just go take a drive in the Z, make sure everything's all right, kind of park, show you guys some stuff that I've done to it, kind of the essentials you need for drifting, as far as I know, because I'm still kind of new to it. So yeah, let's get to it. Now I do apologize if I'm like stuttering a lot or kind of going on and rambling about nonsense, but it is my first video, so I'm still trying to get into the process of getting more confident with me being in front of a camera and actually recording and editing and whatnot. All right, so I got to the spot. It's pretty simple. This is all you need on the Z. So all I have running on my car is a set of some True Hearts, 12K in the front, 8K in the rear. That's all you really need for a street car. Now if you get into Pro-Am and other kind of styles of drifting, you're going to run different spring rates. I know you want your rear end to be a little bit looser than the front. I've also got an aftermarket steering wheel. I didn't like the OEM steering wheel because it was so bulky and it was too far away from me, even with the dash pulled all the way back towards me. Now that could be different for everyone else, but this is what I run comfortable with. You're also going to need a welded differential or a LSD, which on the 370Z Tourings, they all come with LSDs from what I understand. As far as angle goes, I don't run any angle mods whatsoever. I'm on the stock steering radius. Now if you want to get into big boy things like that, I do recommend PBM or Mini Mantis. As far as the motor goes, you can run a stock, like completely stock motor, and still be okay with it. VPF actually built this motor. They threw a billet oil pump in there for me and a few other goodies like the Z1 coolant hoses, because these motors do run a little hot. They also threw in a AFE cold air intake for me, so that runs through the front bumper and catches all the cold air. And it's not tuned yet, but for now it'll work for the purpose that I'm going for. Another big thing you're going to need on these cars is the they call it the like drift switch or party switch. So I'll show you. On these cars, for some reason, when you turn off your traction control right here, it doesn't like fully disable it. So you actually have a yaw sensor in the middle, right under this cup holder actually, and that actually, it's like almost like a slip control, so it kind of catches your drift and kind of straightens you out and won't let you rev out as hard and get as much angle. So a lot of Z dudes run the party switch. So this right here is actually off, and then With it off, you don't see any lights, but when I switch it on, you get that. So that disables my yaw and a few other things, so I could do like burnouts and actually get sideways without, you know, having to battle the car, basically, is the best way to put it. I also run a stock e-brake. Now, these cars, you're going to want to run a hydro, because these stock e-brakes on these 370Zs suck. Like, they're terrible. I've already tried it streeting and whatnot, and they just absolutely suck. There is nothing good about stock Z e-brakes other than the fact that they keep you at a stop when you park. As far as like transmission goes, you can run the CD009. Mine's actually like fucked up. My third gear synchro's out, so I'm gonna be drifting at Corpus with no third gear. You only need first and second as a beginner. I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to touch third at the track, but I mean, you can never be too sure. Another thing you're going to want to kind of look into is like oil coolers for these cars, because the oil temperature do like, they skyrocket sometimes, and you can't really hot lap with these cars confidently anyway. I know Charles at VPF does not, from my knowledge, he does not run any, you know, oil cooler, but he drives the fuck out of that car and it's badass. So those are the kind of main things I'd recommend for getting on your 370Z if you plan on like streeting it, or, you know, getting into the whole drift aspect of this car. Now there's a bunch of other things that I could probably list off, like, but I don't have the time to, hence this being like a shorter, longer video, depending on how well I do at the Corpus event and how many videos I get, whatnot. So this is kind of like a tester, see what I could do with Chaos, and see if this is something I really do want to do, or if it's something that I can kind of lax on and just do on the side. Oh, and since, you know, I'm doing a little video here, I might as well kind of say the plans with Chaos and what I kind of want to do in the future, what the future looks like for Chaos. And thinking I'm kind of liking this, like, just off of the first video. Like, it's alright, it's just I don't have the confidence yet, but I'm sure I could develop it like everybody else. And I don't know, I wouldn't mind doing this on the side or full time. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and I think it'd be a great learning experience, and kind of, you know, show other people that you can make it from nothing. I mean, yeah. But anyways, thank you for watching this segment of the video. If you guys have any pointers for like doing YouTube and whatnot, please leave a comment below. I would like to figure out ways to become more confident doing this and make it more personal, so it feels like I'm talking to the viewer one-on-one almost, or whoever's watching this. It could be pretty sweet to kind of, I know I did like one little vlog, but I mean, I didn't have my face in it, and it was kind of bullshit, just cut up clips, and I just threw it together to see what I could make out of it, and I hated it. I did not like that video. It turned out to be like shit. So with that being said, if you guys have any like pointers, please let me know. Oh, I'd love to learn. Guys, it's Nate. I forgot to record, but I just left San Antonio, like, I want to say 35 minutes ago. I'm on my way to Corpus Christi now, Corpus Drift. So I got all my shit loaded up. I got wheels, fucking jacks, everything that I could think of that I would need for my first drift event. Just made it to the B&B. Gotta unload and get shit done. It's currently like 7:30, so we're about to go pack the Z up and head over to Greyhound Raceway. Yeah, it's about 15 minutes away. Shouldn't be too bad. So get it. A few drift cars here and stuff. Gotta unload and get ready. It did look confusing. Track felt good. Getting ready to rip, you know.
fucking sick. You almost had the whole track.
Yeah, yeah. I ran out of skill right now, though.
Dude, that's nice.
I just finished the event. With the 370Z, I did run into one really big issue. It was my oil temperature. It's getting really hot. I was only able to go out there for like 3 laps at a time with, without a cool down, and I was seeing temps a little over 220. So this is something you're like interested in and getting into. I would highly recommend getting an oil cooler. And I was also told by another VQ guy. His name is Rusty. Awesome guy. He also recommended me to get a power steering cooler. He said it's cheap, but it'll help you in the long run. As far as like the drift switch and all that stuff goes, I had 0 issues with the car at all. The car did amazing. I got a lot of seat time in. I was able to transition. I met a few friends out there actually from San Antonio. I met Graham, Jackson, and I made another friend while I was down there. His name is Connor, and they are really good drivers. It is cool to see them progress and see them getting consistent, and also getting that feeling of you are also getting consistent. I didn't record much like drifting. Also, if you got this far without all the cuts and whatever that I'm gonna probably put into this video, I really do appreciate it. Next event, I'll record more drifting and whatnot, but I just really wanted to enjoy the event, more or less. I'll insert whatever clips that I have, whoever I recorded. I had a blast, man. That was, if you ever like get the chance to go to a drift event, do it. Drive the fuck out of your car.